Step Hodge with BoardGameGeek here with 10,000 Flowers Games, and we're looking at Now Boarding.
Hey, Now Boarding is our new game we just brought to Gen Con.
Perfect.
And it is a pick up and deliver cooperative game with a little bit of real time mixed in,
excellent.
just for good measure.
Of course.
So it is, everyone is running their own little plane, and there are all these passengers spawning on the map, and you're trying to get them to where they want to go before they get too angry. So on the map, as passengers spawn, you first put them down where they're. This shows you where they start. So the Denver pile is right here, right?
Okay.
And so you'll put the new group of passengers out, and then when the timer starts, all of them flip over, and now you figure out where they want to go, right? And every player has a plane that has a number of seats. So the squares are the number of people they can carry.
So 1.
Yeah, and this is how much they can move during one round.
Okay.
So I can move 3 pips.
Sure.
So this guy wants to go to SFO. So I'm purple. So I'm here in Denver already, and so I can pick him up out of Denver, put him on my plane, and then I can go 1, 2, 3, and I have to finish moving before the timer runs out.
Okay.
And then I can deliver him, and now then he just turns into money. So I just turn him sideways, and now he's $2 in my bank.
And if you didn't deliver him in time?
Well, I can keep him on my plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if a passenger ends up in an airport, at the end of the round, anybody who hasn't been delivered gets anger, right?
Yes.
Every turn they get 1. If any passenger gets 4 anger, they leave. They go rent a car or something.
They drive.
Right? And they go to a pile that's like the complaint pile.
Oh.
If you get 3 cards in the complaint pile, the game's over.
Oh no, don't do
So,
that.
so you have to work through the morning, afternoon, and evening, and there are 72 passengers to play in a 4 and 5 player game.
Okay.
But it plays 1 to 2 with a lower amount. But this is like pick up and deliver to the max. Like you're gonna be, having to figure out these, because there's a lot of ways to solve the problem. You have to work with everybody. Like, okay, who's getting him, and you have all this time to plan. And then once everyone knows their plan, you flip the timer, turn over the new passengers, and everyone does their moves at the same time.
So we put out how many of these each round?
It accelerates.
Oh, okay.
So in like a 4-player game,
I see.
you put out 3 per round in the morning, and then in the afternoon you put 4 per round, and in the evening you put 5 per round, and it really ramps up. And then you have 1 round at the end with no spawn, and you really have to deliver everybody, because at the end of the game they also count as complaints. Anybody not delivered. So
Final round is very important.
yeah, you need that like a wrap-up round. So the game is really about these clever handoffs. So we call them connections, right?
Connections, of course.
So if I need somebody to go to Seattle, and I'm headed SFO this turn with this dude, or say I have a guy that needs to go all the way to Seattle in Denver. I can pick him up and I can be like, hey, wait, don't fly yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do my actions in the first 5 seconds of the timer, and then I'm gonna drop him off in SFO. You pick him up and you take him the rest of the way and score him this turn. And so there's a lot of efficiencies, but you have to plan it out. You have to be like, okay, and you can do these kind of relays across the map. And so because
you can have more people.
Yeah. So as you get money, right, between rounds, this flips over and you have a little score chart here. I can buy more seats, I can buy more speed, or I can buy my access to new routes. Now you see these little pips on the map here.
Yes.
All of the players can go on the white pips,
yes.
But these branded pips, I can only go on these ones. So my shortcuts are right here. So I start in DFW, and I want to kind of stay in this region because that's where I have shortcuts.
Of course.
And so it really, I want to go to Denver and hand off people going up on this route. I want them to take it from there.
Got it.
And so you're really incentivized to do that. Now, one of the things I can buy is access to more, over here. So if I want to go on blue, I can buy that. I can buy more seats, which expands my little plane here. And these are actually spots I can put the cards. And then if I want to get more speed, which is how far I can go, here. And so there's these 3 things you can buy. Now, if you don't have enough money, you can buy a temporary seat or temporary speed. That's a one-shot.
One-shot deal.
But you can get really dependent on it, where you keep buying the one-shot, and there's only 1 between all players.
Oh.
So if somebody bought the one-shot seat, you're like, make sure it doesn't go back into the public pool until they use it. So they're like, if you're going to buy it, use it this turn.
Yeah, of course.
So there's a lot of coordination with that. Another wrinkle is each phase of the game has weather. And so certain things will have a tailwind, and it removes a pip from a path. So now it's shorter to go from LAX to DFW. And there's also storms.
Storms, which make it harder.
Yeah.
I see.
So, and that changes a little bit. So it might change how you route things, because now it's not as efficient as it used to be to do something. And that's most of the game. It's just, once you kind of snap into this like crunchy like problem solving, it's just waves of customers. You're like you just got over those guys, and there's 5 more showing up.
Oh no! We just did it.
But your plane gets bigger and you get faster, and it has this really tense gameplay where you're just barely kind of riding this wave. And then if you get really good, there's VIPs.
Oh, wow.
So VIPs are modifiers to a customer. So I'm like, okay, this person wants to go to MIA, but she's a celebrity and she has to fly alone. So I can't put her with anybody on the plane, you know. This guy can only have 3 anger. This is the captured fugitive. It requires 2 seats. The minor can't fly alone. Like, there's these different rules. The crying baby, all of the passengers at that airport gain an extra anger every turn. So they're just kind of like, you know, you want to.
I want to play a base game before I.
No, but it's thematic, and it puts these wrinkles in the game.
That's really cool.
So that is now boarding.
Well, thank you so much, Tim.
Yeah.